My name is Allison. I'm the Programs, Outreach, and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me for another special Halloween episode of Book Chat Teens. Today we are going to be looking at 4 different graphic novels that are perfect for Halloween. This is going to be a slight combination of our Book Chat and Book Browse programs. In Book Chat, we would examine one title and get really into a review of that title. And for Book Browse, we would show you a number of titles and just give you a basic summary. So this program is going to be somewhere in between, but like I said, we will be focusing on 4 graphic novels perfect for fall. The first one that I am going to share with you is called The OK Witch, and this is by Emma Steinkellner. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to read you the summary. 13-year-old Moth Hush loves all things witchy, but she's about to discover that witches aren't just the stuff of movies, books, and spooky stories. When some bullies try to ruin her Halloween, something really strange happens. Founders Bluff, Massachusetts has a centuries-old history of witch drama, and surprise, Moth's family is at the center of it all. When Moth's new powers show up, things get totally out of control. She meets a talking cat, falls into an enchanted diary, and unlocks a hidden witch world. Secrets surface from generations past as Moth unravels the complicated legacy at the heart of her town, her family, and herself. In this spellbinding graphic novel debut, Emma Steinkellner spins a story packed with humor and heart about the weird and wonderful adventures of a witch in progress. So this was a really cool graphic novel that looked at witches. It's set in Massachusetts, which, as we all know, is where the Salem witch trials were. It's got a cool cast of characters, a female protagonist at the center who unlocks her family history of witchcraft, and it's just a very good action book with historical, fictional historical elements, some family drama, some school drama, and it's just got everything that you want in a YA novel packed into a wonderfully illustrated graphic novel. So that is The OK Witch. Next up is Sheets, and this is by Brenna Thummler, and I will go ahead and read you the summary. For Marjorie Glatt, being 13 years old isn't quite the same as it is for everyone else. Responsible for running her family's laundromat while trying to survive middle school, Marjorie's daily struggles include persnickety customers, snippy classmates, agonizing swim lessons, and laundry. Always, always laundry. Wendell is a bit different too. Wendell is a ghost. His daily struggles include dead youth support groups and unavoidable stains. But when he escapes from the land of the ghost and bumbles into Marjorie's laundromat, the perfect ghost playground, his attempts at fun and friendship begin to harm the family business. Sheets is a powerful story about a young girl's perseverance, even when all odds are stacked against her. It shows that forgiveness and second chances can result in unlikely friendships. Above all, it is an invitation into an unusual, haunted laundromat that brings families, friends, and yes, sheets to life. And I just loved the illustrations in this book. I think the ghosts are really cute. And I like the color palette. I think it's really evocative of fall without being overly heavy on oranges. So this is Sheets. It goes along with the ghost books that were recommended in last week's Book Chat Teens. Next up, we have a fairly recent graphic novel debut from YA author extraordinaire Rainbow Rowell, and it is called Pumpkinheads. It is illustrated by Faith Erin Hicks. Like I said, by Rainbow Rowell, who you might know from some of her other amazing books, Eleanor and Park, Wayward Son, Fangirl, great stuff. Love Rainbow Rowell. Here is the summary. Every autumn all through high school, they've worked together at the world's best pumpkin patch. They say goodbye every Halloween, and they're reunited every September 1st. But this Halloween is different. Josie and Deja are finally seniors. It's their last season at the patch, their last shift together, their last goodbye. Josie's ready to spend the whole night feeling melancholy about it. He's the melancholy type. But Deja has a plan. What if instead of moping and instead of the usual slinging lima beans down at the succotash hut, they went out with a bang? They could see all the sights, taste all the snacks. Maybe Josie could even talk to that cute girl he's been mooning over for 3 years. What if their last shift was an adventure? And again, this has a color palette very evocative of fall, this time heavy on the browns and orange hues that you're used to seeing. This takes place all on one evening, the evening of Halloween. This isn't spooky at all, has no scary elements. It's a very nice, cozy fall read. The last book that I brought today is probably one of my favorite graphic novels and one of my favorite Halloween scary books. It is called Through the Woods, Stories by Emily Carroll. It is a series of short graphic novel stories. I will read you the very brief summary. It came from the woods. Most strange things do. 5 mysterious, spine-tingling stories follow journeys into and out of the eerie abyss. These chilling tales spring from the macabre imagination of award-winning comic creator Emily Carroll. Come take a walk in the woods and see what awaits you there. So this is really good if you liked when you were a kid In a Dark, Dark Room and other scary stories, because it is a series of short stories. The last one is my absolute favorite. It's very, very, very short, and I'm gonna spoil it for you a tiny bit, so if you don't want spoilers, skip this part. But it is the story kind of Little Red Riding Hood without saying Little Red Riding Hood. And it's very short. It's about her going through the woods and making it home. And at the very end, she says, and once she was in bed, she said, "What a fine night. What a good walk. I knew the wolf wouldn't find me." And then there's this mysterious shadow. "Oh, but you must travel through those woods again and again," said a shadow at the window. "And you must be lucky to avoid the wolf every time. But the wolf only needs enough luck to find you once." And that's the end. And I just love that. Even just reading it right now, I kind of got the spine tingles. I think that is a very creepy reminder that with those things that are lurking in the woods, we have to avoid them all the time, but they only have to be lucky enough to find us once. And I just thought that was a really creepy conclusion. I love this book so, so much. If you're gonna read only one of these titles, read this one. But if you want to put any of the 4 titles that I shared on hold, you just need to visit our website, www.emcfl.org, or you can call our phone line 831-883-7555, and a staff member will help you put them on hold. And if you would like to share your favorite scary graphic novel with me, I would love to read it. Let me know what it is in the comments below. And I will see you next week when we are going to look at some titles about witches. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.